All right, good morning. That was kind of weird. I'm out for an actual walk and talk this morning, Words of Wisdom with Barney Quincy, and I almost didn't get my camera out because it's bloody cold out here. It's like -9, and we were supposed to have a giant ice storm, and everybody's freaking out like the apocalypse was coming because of this ice storm, so-called ice storm, but it didn't happen. So this is number 11 out of 65 or 365. So just be noted. And today we're going to talk about, and I'm actually still a day behind, but that's okay. We just improvise, adapt, overcome, and either way we get the job done. So I'm going to share with you my unique perspective on disappointment, because God only knows I've had my fair share of that and in the life of Barney Quincy. Now, something I want to tell you. First of all, I want you to think about something. Think about an incident in your life right now that you're disappointed with, or you've been disappointed, okay? Because I'm going to use an example for me and share with you how you can literally eradicate the physiological, psychological, and mental stress that can come from disappointment, okay? Which is really just a diluted perspective on looking at something. So think about that person or that something that so-called disappointed you, okay? You got it? All right, it sounds like I'm like a pack-a-day smoker out here walking. I used to be back in the day. Okay, so recently I had a situation and I was involved in a business interaction, and long story short, the client didn't follow through with their end of the deal. We had a really great setup. We did about 7 or 8 months work, and I was really disappointed to the point where I really got actually quite pissed off, because I put a lot of work in and helping to build up the success of this situation, aka business. And what happened is that their end wasn't honored. So I decided to pull the cord or pause and say, okay, until things turn around, then I'll come back in. They didn't like that at all. They got really frustrated. And I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't either if I was you. But then again, if I continue to allow this to happen, I'm enabling the same behavior that got you in trouble before, and I'm enabling that now, and then I'm going to get entangled with it. So I got really frustrated and disappointed because I didn't see the entire picture. So this whole thing with disappointment is this. When I was looking at the situation, I was only looking at the financial side. I wasn't looking at the opportunity that I was given to work with these people and help them, and I grew so much from it. I'm so thankful for having really good contracts in this situation. But the only reason I was disappointed is because I was only looking at the situation from the perspective through my own values, that I was looking to gain experience, help them get success, and then be paid for that. And for whatever reason, we had an agreement in writing, and then there was a written amendment to it, and the written part is where it got messy. So Barney's lesson, even though I was really disappointed, I used the quote or the saying. I think it's a Chinese, maybe it's a Japanese saying. It says, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I don't know what you're supposed to say, fool me 8 times, but it's still shame on me. So the thing is that when you have something that's you're disappointed on with this person or the situation, I want to challenge you to look at it. Maybe you're not looking at the entire picture from a holistic perspective and not seeing the entire perspective in the long-term benefit of it. Because at the end of the day, if you believe in God or in the universe or Great Spirit, or that there's an infinite intelligence that runs our entire universe, or just something, if you believe in something, then it's imperative to acknowledge that nothing happens without reason. It just means that we might not see the reasons for it at the time. And if you look back in your life, I don't know, in high school, in your 20s, maybe in your teens, depending where you're at in your life journey right now, and you can think of disappointments in the past, guarantee you there's stuff that's happened, and going through it, you're like, oh my goodness, this was so stressful, I can't handle it. I was so disappointed, and that person really let me down. They really pissed me off. Okay, but then when you get to the other side of it, you might be like, okay, Now, as much as that was painful and challenging and quite frankly kind of shitty, now I see the big picture, the perspective. They were teaching me a lesson to stand up for myself, to be true to myself, to be honest with myself, to learn some valuable lessons. And that's what happened to me. It was basically just a lesson that I clearly hadn't learned in order to go to the next level in my business dealings. And I'm grateful for it, genuinely grateful. So the challenge that I'm going to give you with this little lesson for today is to think of that situation that I encourage you to think about before, and or that person, and look at it from a disappointment side, and look at it as an opportunity for you to grow, okay? Write down all the reasons why you're disappointed, and then I want to challenge you to flip that around and say, if I didn't have that preconceived notion or idea about that person or that thing that made me, which really it's you allowed yourself to get disappointed, would I still feel this way? Okay? So I hope you're taking some notes and writing this down, because this is like pure gold that I've learned myself, and also in my own coaching, with coaching clients at the gym, and also in my holistic practice before that, and as well still now in my marketing agency. Okay? So let's just go back through this again, because I know some of you guys just jumped on and I need to switch hands. Just hang on a second. Morning, Grant. So you're going to take the situation, right? You're going to write it down, say this person, this thing, this experience disappointed me because bing, 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 bing. Write it down, okay? This is also the starting point where people get stuck if they don't nip this in the butt and take care of it. This is where depression sets in, anxiety, and people who go on medical drugs because of it, and all because of an imbalanced perspective of not seeing that these things happen for a reason. And you're like, oh, I'm not talking airy-fairy, like, oh, everything happens for a reason. You know, that person ran into me with their car and it just happened for just some reason, but I'm not sure why, but I'm really pissed off because I'm in the hospital and I'm out of work and I don't have money in my bank account now. And so the pendulum kind of swings a little bit. Well, you write it down, okay? The reasons why you're disappointed. And we still got to try to stay focused on one situation. Then I want you to write down, what if I didn't have that idea that they were supposed to do this, they were supposed to do that, this was supposed to happen, I was supposed to make this much money, the client was actually supposed to pay me for my work and honor the agreement, so-and-so shouldn't have cheated on me, I shouldn't have ran into that post with my car, whatever it is. You say, but what if it was meant to happen and there's other hidden benefits that you're not seeing as a result of that situation? And that's my challenge for you, okay? Because I meet a lot of people all around the world in young living and fitness and business and marketing and travels. Locally here, it was one of my good buddies from back in the day, Kirk Sorsentroover, that was his dad, Grant, walking. And I see people being plagued by the disease of disappointment. And I'm not saying that it's super easy, like, oh, you just write it down. Barney said, write it down. And here's why this happened. And I'm really pissed off and disappointed. And I'm just going to kind of flush it down the toilet. But if you can write it down and just see that the only reason that you're disappointed is because you're only looking at it through one perspective from your preconceived notions and ideas. And if you just relieve yourself of that and say, okay, well, this is what I thought was going to happen. This was my expectation of what was going to happen, but it didn't happen. And it kind of sucks. But what am I being shown out of this? What am I being taught? What is my lesson? How can I grow from this? And what are the hidden benefits in this so-called disappointment? Okay? I guarantee you $1,000 cash. If you do that, it'll alleviate you from a lot of mental turmoil, stress and duress, a lot of physiological damage to the body that can happen when the body or the mind's under stress and duress. And comment down below. You don't have to say the situation, but just share with me what you think of what I'm sharing. You could say I'm full of BS or I'm full of shit. This is bullshit, Barney. I don't believe in this. That's fine. It's your opinion. You could be disappointed by me sharing this with you right now, and I'd say, okay, great. Thanks for sharing with me how you feel, and have a nice day. Okay, and I mean that with love, of course. But so share down below what you think. Try it out and let me know in the future, even if you just want to send me a private message. So I've had about 28 people in the last couple of days message me with some of the stories I've been doing, and I just wanted to let you know that I'm grateful for that. So if you feel inspired with some of the stuff, just let me know. I'm not looking for validation one way or the other. I guess kind of, to be honest, I am. But I'm not looking to impress anybody. I'm just sharing things as I realized in recent conversations that there's a lot that I have in value. We all do, right? But this is I love speaking, I love teaching, I love leading, impacting, inspiring, and coaching, mentoring. And this is a way that I can be able to get back by some of the things that I've learned in my just lifetime, okay? So let me know what you think. And if not, then like I say sometimes, if you don't think this is beneficial and valuable, then keep your opinions to yourself. If you think it was great, then you say, thanks, Barney, you did such a great job. Yay! That's a one-handed clap. And as we'll close off, because I'm going to do another one later today to be number 12, because I need to get caught up. Oh, look at that. I want to get caught up. And as I want to share this with you guys, because my goal is to do this every day and I miss one day. So you know what? Shit happens. You move on and keep moving. So stay humble. Wow. The cold's getting to my brain. Stay blessed. Stay grateful. Stay humble. Stay hungry. And remember, the only reason that disappointment sets in is because you're only looking at it from one perspective or looking at a situation from one side. There's always another side. Challenge yourself. Invite yourself to consider that there's always another side to every situation, but you just might not want to see it. And also know that you're choosing to not see it if you don't, especially if you watch this video, but that you can set yourself free from a lot of stress and stress, as I said before. Have a great day, have a great Sunday, and stay warm, especially if you're in Canada where it's nice and chilly out here. I love that we have snow again here. It's been absolutely beautiful. And if I have boogers in my mustache and my beard or whatever, then so be it. Okay, bye.